Rock and roll, boys. Wow! Oh, there we go. Alright, on today's episode of what we're doing, we're taking some playground equipment down. And we gotta take these trees down too. These cherry trees. This stuff's been here for 93, I think, is when it was put in. So as you imagine, it's pretty wore out. And so we're taking all this out, and the tires. We're gonna take the tires out too. And we got some new equipment over there waiting for us to put in. So here we go. I feel like I'm gonna get hit with this thing.
That one's right through the crack of the...
There we go. There. Who needs tools when you got a pry bar?
And a big retard.
And a big retard.
This one's not going to be
This one's not going to be as easy. Bam, bam. Forgot how to run a clutch or something.
Fucking minimal winner.
I moved it around the yard. Almost did.
No.
Wow!
I think the force of it fucking spanking is what broke that shit.
I can't believe you're still here, buddy. Alright, so we got the playground stuff out of here. Them tires, we tried to move them with the little tractor over there, but the little white just don't quite have her for moving them tires. So we brought the backhoe down anyway. We were gonna bring this down anyways to move other stuff in these trees. So we're gonna go ahead and knock these trees down and go from there. We got this old dead pine tree here. She's pretty big. And I'm just gonna flop this thing over here. We don't wanna hit in the campers, so we're just using the backhoe as safety. It'll probably go over just fine. We could cut it, but the tractor ensures for sure it's gonna happen the way we want it to go. So this tree's been dead for a little while, obviously, and just haven't gotten to pushing it down, but we're gonna get her down here, and after somebody fixes their chainsaw, because he decided to throw the chain off in it. So here we go.
I don't see why.
I'm Take 7.
Take 7.
give it much justice, but it is pretty steep coming down this. Alright everybody, so there we go. I just wanted to use this excavator to kind of scrape some of the top stuff off in here, the sticks and that kind of thing. This stuff we'll use the York rake for because I don't want to tear up this section anyways. So it's basically from here this way. But yeah, we got that little pile of stuff over there. I got it cleaned up a little bit. You know, obviously there's gonna be all kind, you know, stuff in here anyways. But anyways, yeah, we got this cleaned off and whatnot. I'm gonna call it a wraps on this one. The next video will be us actually stripping this with a dozer and getting it ready for the playground equipment and that kind of stuff. Get that in, and then we'll put we're gonna put sand down and stuff underneath all the equipment at that point. So like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.